Alright, thank you. Welcome to my channel. I'm here again to teach concerning this special topics called idioms and proverbs. Without taking much of your time, I will be discussing about differences between idioms and proverbs. Because of space, I will be having another video. In my next video, I will discuss vividly the examples of idioms and proverbs. So thank you as you watch. Now, I have about 5 definitions for both idioms and proverbs. And I have designed this teaching in a manner that I place each definition beside each other. So at this side, we'll be having idioms, while at this side, we'll be having proverbs. That means if I mention number 1 on this side, I will mention number 1 on this side. So this is how today's teaching is going to remain or be. I still remain English master, the English master. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please like my videos, share my videos, share the links, more especially to students and to prospective WAEC and NECO and JAM students. So please do me this favor so that these children or prospective candidates will be able to write their examination and come out with a good result. Now let's quickly go there. An idiom is defined as a phrase that contains its own meaning but can not be understood in layman's language. Yes, let me explain. Idioms is a special way of speaking, talking, and showing certain expressions that is not synonymous or that is not related to a way that we speak on our day-to-day speaking. So an idiom is totally different. So that is why we say it is different from layman's. Now, what is a layman? Layman means normal thing that everybody can understand. But when we talk about idioms, is 100% different. We don't follow idioms by words, but by the meaning that it connotes. Now let us look at the definition of proverb. Here is proverb. A proverb is defined as a well-known sentence that is used to give advice to the other person. I would like you to mark what is called well-known. That means proverb given in Africa can be given in America, can be given in other parts of continents. That is what we mean by a well-known. But remember, I say I won't be taking two things together. I don't want to combine the definitions and the examples. So when I will be talking about the examples, I will be referring back to my definition in order to confirm what I've been said earlier. So let me just speak here well-known and what? Advice. That means proverb is used to give an advice. While idioms, the meaning is different from what we speak on our daily basis, which is beyond what an ordinary man that have not studied it could understand. Alright, let's go back to idioms. Number 2, an idiom has a literal meaning. What do we mean by literal? Literal means a meaning that is written, that can be translated, that can be understood But if you look critically, you can say, oh, this is what it means. Look critically to the structure, to the words, the way it is being arranged, to the phrase, to the structure. But he says it has literal meaning. That means if you look at the words critically, you can give what we call gaze to what they mean. But a proverb is not so. He said, an idiom has a literal meaning used in reading, writing, and speaking. Yes, it has literal meaning. That means that literal meaning gave idiom a power, ability, and enablement to be used in speaking, in writing, and in what? In reading. That means while writing, we can integrate idioms into what we do or what we write or create. So in speaking, we can integrate it. And in what? In reading, it can as well be integrated. Now let's look at Proverbs. The difference now is that a proverb has a literal meaning that applies in various stages of life. Previously, I said it's not applied, so sorry for that. You say literal. That means a proverb too, if you look critically, you can as well do what? See that you can guess what it means. And it is used in every stages of life. Yes, we can give a child a proverb, can give an adult a proverb, we can give one an elder proverb. Why proverb mainly or majorly comes from sage, from elders, from older ones, because that is why sometimes in Africa we say a proverb is beyond what a child can comprehend always. So it's just some children that are very, very intelligent or gifted that can as well comprehend a proverb. Now let's go to number 3. Idioms are used to express an idea or thought. You say an idea. An idea could be given, says concept. Yes. Thought. That means if there are things I'm thinking, I can use an idiomatic expression to express myself. So that is one powerful thing about idiom. Now let's look at proverb. It's a proverb I use to give suggestions to other people. Sometimes, more especially Africans, we are good at what? Proverbs. So we use proverbs to give suggestions. We use proverb to speak. We use proverb to give gesture. We use proverb to give direction. We use proverb to another definition that did not include here is that proverb is used to reduce words that can be said in thousands of words and reduce them to what? Barest minimum. In fact, we can even use one word, a word, to summarize what would have taken hours. That is another definition of proverb. A proverb minimized and narrowed down multiple of words into what? A single word, a phrase, or a clause, or a sentence. So that is a powerful definition. Please note it down as my student. That what? A proverb can be used to summarize words that are multiple in thousands into what? A word, phrase, clause, or into a sentence. That is the power of proverbs. Now let's go to number 4. Idioms are majorly used in poetry. Yes, if you are a fan of poetry, you will understand that majority, or let me not use majority, let me reduce it to some, or the significant of poetry portion are what? Idioms. That is why you observe that not all students love poetry, because when reading poetry, sometimes it doesn't make sense to a layman. But we, the master of English as well as literature, enjoy reading poetry. Like poetry or poems more than English because a single poem is equated to one novel or one textbook. So because of that, if I can write a single poem, whether of one stanza, two stanzas, and thereabout, I've written what can be equated to what? Novel. Now let's look at proverbs. Proverbs are used in daily lives. Yes, we use proverb every day, every day, every day. We use it while speaking, while writing, while talking, while everything. We use proverbs. Idioms are what? Majorly used. Mark the difference. Idioms are majorly used in poetry, while proverbs are used in everyday life. The last one is that an idiom is a phrase that has its own meaning. That means an idiom always stand at its own lane. It has its own meaning. It doesn't give birth to another meaning. Another meaning cannot be given birth to him or to it. Yes, idiom is a master. It's just like the way we classify cars. Rolls Royce stands and is a class on its own. So other cars could stand, but Rolls Royce is different. So just like idiom is a language, a writing that stands out, not always mixed up. You can observe that in writing we can integrate other parts of speech and so on. But when it comes to idioms and proverbs, we discuss them differently because they stand out on their own. So a proverb is a bit of wisdom provided to people. Please mark that word, a bit of wisdom. Proverb is a bit of wisdom provided to people. That means when someone needed to be given a piece of advice, we use proverb. A piece of wisdom, we use proverb. A piece of direction, we use proverb. A piece of recall, let me say, to add more senses, we use what? Proverb. But in idioms, we use idiom when we want to stand out, class on its own, majorly in what? Poetry. So these are what I have for you as differences or difference between idioms and proverbs. So lastly for today, I say note. That's why I wrote this line. Say note, both idioms and proverbs have different meanings, which provide a sense of deep thought and emotion. Both idiom and proverbs does what? Has their own different meaning, but they provide a sense of deep thought. When we say deep thought, it causes an individual to think deeper, think deeply, reason to bring out meaning and also bring emotion. What is emotion? Something feeling that could make someone to be sober or to think twice. So this is what idioms and proverb does. So thank you, my students. Thank you, my fans. Thank you, my viewers. Please, if you are a prospective WAEC or NECO candidate or JAM, these topics questions from idioms usually comes. Please take this teaching seriously because the difference between A1 and B2 is just 1 mark. So please, A1 starts from 70 marks, while B2 starts from 69. So who knows if you use this topic and study it critically and understand it, that it will give you 1 mark that will enable you to get A1. Likewise, the difference between F9 and what? D7, or difference between D7 and C5, C4, thesis is what? 1 mark. So please work hard, and I am waiting for your what? Testimony. See you on top. See you in my next video, by which I will discuss about examples of proverbs and idioms. Bye.